Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. Today we are talking recruitment with the U.S. Army. And joining us this morning is Sergeant Christopher Major and Staff Sergeant Alexander Walchek-Coates. Thank you both so much for being here this morning. How are you guys?
I'm doing pretty great this morning. Doing all right myself, thank you.
All right, good. Now, Staff Sergeant Coates, I'll start off with you first. If someone contacts an Army recruiter, what can they expect to learn?
So when first contacting an Army recruiter, normally we'll ask just kind of what they want to know about the military and what their goals are. Look to see if we can help align those goals with what the military has to offer as far as the Army is concerned. So those are some of the things they're going to learn. Other than that, though, they can expect to be asked a couple of basic pre-qualifying questions to ensure that that individual is a qualified candidate for entry to the military, at least, on a precursor basis.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Okay, that makes sense. Now, for Sergeant Major, is it true that soldiers receive living cost benefits, and what are those?
Yeah, so during active duty service, the single soldiers are provided with housing and food. They live in barracks housing, which is comparable to college housing, like college dorm rooms. They don't have to pay rent. They can go to the DFAC and eat. But if you decide to get married, soldiers who are married receive basic allowance for housing. So that you get paid tax-free money to live in a house off post or on a military installation.
Okay, interesting enough. Good to know. And Staff Sergeant Coates, can you tell us what the process of joining, what does that look like? How does someone really get started in this process? Also, who are you really looking for?
So as far as the process of joining, we do our best as recruiters to simplify it down into a smooth process. Normally it takes anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, just depending on what kind of obstacles need to be overcome with paperwork. But the first step of the process is just setting up a meeting with us, and that's where the initial contact comes in. We set a day and a time to sit down for roughly an hour to an hour and a half to just discuss what you're looking to gain from joining the Army, and seeing what we can do to offer you as well as answering questions and explaining the benefits. After that, you would need to take our entrance exam, which is known as the ASVAB, or Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. Pending you pass that, you would then attend the Military Entrance Processing Station Physical, which is a 2-day process where you would be screened over by MEPS-hired doctors to ensure that you are physically fit to endure the rigors of being in the Army. And then the final process is actually closing out the paperwork of your contract. This will be after you select your job, and then you would take the oath of enlistment.
All right, good to know. Thank you for that. And for Sergeant Major, what is the difference? Some of us may not know the difference between the regular Army and the Army Reserves. Can you just explain that difference for us?
Yeah, so regular Army is pretty much like a full-time job. You're working 9 to 5. You have some weekends off. You get stationed at a military installation within the United States or overseas. Pretty much when the duty day is over, you get to go home and conduct your personal life just like any civilian would. Now, Army Reserves, on the other hand, that's 1 weekend a month and 1 week in the summertime. These soldiers get to choose where they want to live or where they want their reserve units to be at. So if you're a full-time college student, you can attend college full-time and be stationed anywhere in the United States that you want, or here in the local area.
All right, very good. Can you also explain in further detail about picking a job in the Army?
Yeah, so the Army does allow an individual to choose what type of job they want. You have to pass the Armed Service Vocational Aptitude Battery, which is known as the ASVAB test. That test, it tests individuals on general science, arithmetic, reasoning, word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, mathematics, and mechanical comprehension. Upon completion of this test, it allows us to see what all jobs you qualify for. That test is going to tell you pretty much what kind of person you are and what jobs best fit you. Once we figure out, or once you take the ASVAB test, then we can go in and show you what jobs you actually qualify for. When we figure out what jobs you qualify for, you can then choose that job. But we can also show you how much the bonuses are and when you will go to your basic training and like exact dates when and where you'll be at.
Yeah. All right, seems like a good process. Now, I just wanted to ask personally, Staff Sergeant Coates, how's that process joining been for you, years past? What did that look like for you?
My process was very smooth. My recruiter was very, very good at what he did. Now, for me personally, I had actually taken the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery as a senior in high school, so that eliminated one step of the process for me. But in total, it only took me about 10 days to do. It was very, very smooth. He made sure I knew exactly what paperwork I needed to have. He was very quick about everything. Very professional with what he did. But overall, I would say it was one of the easier things I've had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you both for being here, also both for serving in the Army. So thanks for letting us learn a little bit more about how you guys recruit. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
Not right now, sir.
All right.
I think I'm all set over here, sir.
Perfect, perfect. All right, thanks again. And if you at home need any more information, just go to the hot link section of WNEM.com.